Oh, hey. Sorry. I'm actually trying on some different hats for a date with Mary tonight. What do you think of this one? Is that good? No? All right. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me introduce myself. My name is John Anderson, and I'm actually on staff here at Blackhawk Church, and it's my privilege to work with you guys and the volunteers with the middle school ministry. A few other things about me. I'm married to my wife, Mary, and here's a picture of her. Super hot. And we're actually expecting our first kid, who's going to be a boy. Probably about a month, actually, from when you watch this, so we're really excited about that. I love playing soccer. I love running. I love camping and going to new restaurants. And that's a lot of who I am. The truth is, a lot of middle school is about finding out who we are and kind of discovering our identity, which can be both really exciting and sometimes really scary. So let me ask you guys a question. Who are you? Now, some of you guys, as you think about that, you might answer, I'm a football player, or I'm a dancer, or I'm a good student, or I'm a brother, or I'm a sister, or I'm a troublemaker. Or maybe some of you would just be like, I don't know. Now, in middle school, there's actually a lot of pressure, and I'm sure you know this by experience now, to fit in and to be a certain kind of person, especially when you're hanging out with certain people. And sometimes that pressure can be really stressful. And sometimes it can even be painful, especially when you're somewhere and you feel like you don't fit in, even if it's at church. So let me ask again, who are you? Let me ask another question. If you're a Christian, who are you? And did you answer that question in your head any differently than you did just a few seconds ago when I asked who you were? Now, I realize that some of you guys, in fact, maybe many of you who are watching this, would say that you're not Christians. And I just want to say, welcome. We are so glad you're part of our group and part of our community. And I just encourage you to ask lots of questions and just be really open about your thoughts and your ideas. And for the next few minutes, I want you just to listen in on what would be true or what will become true of you if you decide to become a Christian. The Bible actually talks a lot about our identity and who we are. And it talks about us both before we become Christians and after we become Christians. And throughout the Bible, after we become Christians, the Bible makes it really clear that this really incredible and exciting thing happens to us, where we actually become a whole new person. Now, there's this one story in the New Testament where he's been around for a while and he's kind of getting famous, and he's hanging out one night, and this sort of other famous teacher comes late at night to ask him this question. And his question is essentially, what does it mean for me to become a Christian? And Jesus gives this answer that this guy was not expecting. And in fact, it's pretty clear this guy didn't really understand the answer, because it wasn't just about a few things to do. It was about his identity. See, Jesus' answer was, to become a Christian, you actually need to be born again. It's kind of like how all of us have been born once, right? It's like that, but when it has to happen again, which is pretty weird and even a little gross sounding. Now, this new identity that the Bible talks about after we're reborn, it actually should change everything. Who we become changes, or should change, how we think and how we speak and how we act. Now, there's an author, Paul, who actually wrote like a whole bunch of the New Testament, and he describes it this way. It's from a book called Colossians, and it's actually just a letter to a group of his friends there. And so he writes this about how people should live because of this new person that they've become. He says this, "And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him." And so what this means is that if you're a Christian, you are no longer a football player. You're a follower of Jesus who maybe plays football. Or you're no longer a dancer, but you're a follower of Jesus who likes to dance. Or even going as far as you're no longer a brother or a sister, but rather you're a follower of Jesus who has brothers or sisters. This becomes your new identity, that you are now a follower of Jesus. This is who you are. So this is my prayer for you and actually for myself as we're going through life and we're wearing all these different hats and trying to figure out who we are. My prayer for all of us was that we would begin to understand more and more of what our true identity is, and that being a follower of Jesus would begin to change everything, that it would change how we treat other people, and it even change how we treat ourselves.